Hello and welcome to another Manor Lords Let's Play episode. All our eyes are going to be on this region in this episode. We need to build this out. We want to turn this into some amazing farmland. We have amazing fertility for emmer, decent for flax and barley. So I think really growing this region out, especially after it got attacked by raiders and completely destroyed a couple of episodes ago. And we are currently just trying to build this out, and we still need a manor here, and we still need, I think actually that's it. We have the church. We could obviously try and get that upgraded. The goal really at the moment is to kind of just drain these mining pits and this stone cutter camp, and then we can just turn all of this into some amazing farmland. And of course we do have this rich iron deposit, which I do want to get started on. I think actually I'm going to do that right now, or as soon as we have enough planks in the saw pit. But I did want to get another ox actually, now that we have a little bit more cash. And there is some extra living space. It's always good to keep an eye on the living space you've got available as well, just in case. Month rolls over, you want people to move in constantly really if you're looking for growth, and that is our goal for this region. But we're doing pretty good so far. Let's take a quick look at our other regions, flying all the way over here. We do have the development point for advanced pond keeping, so we will be able to take advantage of all of this lovely resource in winter. So it's currently freezing at the moment. You can see if you speed this up, it does freeze over. And I think that's really, really cool. Stuff like that is really underrated in this game. I really love it. And this region is currently, I think we're spending quite a bit of money importing ale right now to meet a lot of these requirements. And it doesn't seem to be reaching everyone. But I might actually have to look at, we just have terrible farming in this region. Actually, how is this middle region? Because we conquered this recently. Hildebolt tried to get greedy. He tried to take it. And we're not going to let that happen. So how are these troops not home yet? Let's get these boys home. They've been standing out in the cold patiently for so long. There we go. So where are the good farming regions? That is my question right now. So not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Not really any of these regions, aside from the one region that we have down here, which is that's really interesting. Maybe this map only has one good farming region, and we've secured it over here on this lovely cliffside area in the south. And that clay deposit is almost gone. Tell you what, I'll put someone extra on the storehouse. And there's only one bit of clay left in there. And we've got more people moving in. We can look at upgrading these plots as well. And that is fully exhausted now. So I think we can take someone off of that. I'll let that get taken out before we get ourselves refunded. There's a lot of people on that stone cutter camp. I'm going to put some more people just on the storehouse to start taking that out. And let's get this mining pit built here, because we do want to go down. Actually, for this region, we're not going to go down into deep mine because it's farming focused. But this other region, we have another amazing iron deposit with 3.3k iron there. So that's the one we're going to do for the deep mine. But here, I think for now, we're just going to focus on getting as much as we can out of this as soon as possible. And we'll get that built nicely. Oh, and we can click on this tannery now. That was an issue in the previous episode. We couldn't click on the tannery. I have no idea why, but that was a thing. But I definitely want to get a lot of these houses upgraded and enough space for everyone. I'm going to get... We've got how many families? We've got 2 families in there. Just want more food options. And currently no berries available, so we can get someone off of that. This region desperately needs more people. We do have enough planks for now. Let's get... I'm going to get 2 people on that. We have 1 person on each of those, which I think will suffice for the time being. And then the focus really, I guess, is going to be around upgrading these to some level 2s. We do need to get that church built in this region as well. So that is going to be that focus. And we just need a few more planks, actually. So let's get someone on that. And we're not actually constructing anything, but we do have plenty of space for people to move in, which is nice. No unassigned families assigned to guide the ox. Well, the ox is going to have to guide itself for a little bit, I'm afraid. And I think I'm going to put even... I'm just really testing the waters here, but we currently have 3 hunters' camps, all full. And this is still doing really, really well. So I'm super pleased with that, to be honest. And let's see if we can get some of these upgraded as well. Do we have people in these yet? We don't. I'll wait for people to move into those before we get those upgraded. But let's get some of these into level 3s. And it's always... Well, I think we might be struggling a little bit on the regional wealth side. I'm going to bring the taxes off. And let's just have a quick look at our trade overview to see how we're doing. Because at the moment, we are exporting planks. We should also be exporting shoes. And we're importing ale. So we're exporting at 8 and 2 for the planks and shoes. And ale is just so expensive to import. So if we have a quick look up here at our trade overview, let's look in the last 30 days, it's costing us more to import than we're spending exporting. I love this new view, by the way. This came out a few months ago, I think. It's so helpful. But we are spending more importing all of this ale than we are exporting. So I think actually I'm going to get... I don't know if that's just because we're not delivering enough. We could also look to see if there's anything else that we could export that we don't really need. I think for now, honestly, it's probably good. I don't want to spend a lot of money on new trade routes. We don't have loads of other resources. But looking forward... I think what we will want to have a look at for this region is we're going to want to conquer one of these regions with salt. I'm thinking this big region over here because then we get even more fish, which we can trade within our own regions. But having this big salt deposit... Oh, actually, that one's huge. That is double the size. So we might actually go for that one. And it also has clay deposit as well. But really what... The goal at the moment, as I said, is going to be growing out this region. We absolutely want to get this mining pit ready. We need to start trading between regions. And I think we can trade this iron into our other region for the time being while we focus on farming here. Storage full. That's for a different stonecutter camp. Well, we certainly have enough stone there. So I'll take those guys off and we'll build a lovely church here. And I wonder if we build a nice church down here by the river. That could look quite picturesque. There's no real mountain or anything to put it on, but I think I will do it in this lovely open space down here. And we'll just have that with a nice river and cliff backdrop. We'll have a nice little path here going down to the church. And I bet that's going to look quite nice once that's done. So we'll get those guys building that. That's really going to help the happiness in this region as well. Still got plenty of space for people to move in. Overall, people seem pretty happy. We just need the church requirement, actually, and then a lot of these people are going to be even happier. And we can upgrade that living space. But I do want the church to be the highest priority. And because we have... That was one additional thing. Because we have some regional wealth already, I can afford... No families in there. I can afford to have some more oxen here. I only have 2. And I kind of want to move that one, actually. Get some families working on that. And we've got no one on the hunter camp. We've got food for quite a long time now. And we've got more people moving in, which is really good. But I do want to focus on getting this stuff moved and upgraded. And then we'll get another ox in here. But this region, I think, is looking good. It's slowly growing. Once we have that church, we'll be able to upgrade a lot of the houses as well. People are busy transporting stuff over there. And let's just secure that ox there. And then this region, we have the mining pit built now. So we'll get 2 guys on there. And that stone pit is almost done. So as soon as that is done, and this is, I think, yeah, we can refund this. And we can also alt-click and get rid of that road. And that is going to be the same story pretty soon as well. Won't take too long for all of that to go. I think transport-wise, we're doing pretty well. Logistics seem to be okay. We will want to upgrade this church, so we're going to need some roof tiles. So actually, let's build that clay furnace, and we can just absolutely work our way through all of the clay that we've currently got. 93. That should be enough to get quite a lot of these upgraded. And then I think we just need to build a few more houses as well. I know we have got some of these upgraded. We do need that second supply, so having those shoes would be very beneficial. So I think if we build another house with a small backyard, and that can be our cobbler. Maybe we have him... Let's get rid of that path that we built. So those supplies have been removed now, actually, which is nice. So, oh, that's enough for two little plots there. I'm happy to go for that. One of those can be our cobbler. And I think really whether we're ready or not, I mean, this camp needs to be done, and I think we'll just have this as our farming area, at least in the interim, because it's a nice open space. Don't have anyone on this logging camp. And we're definitely good for planks for now. But really want to make sure we always have this extra living availability. And we'll get that. We'll have to get that upgraded to a level 2, and then we'll get some shoes made as well. It looks like we need some tools actually. I don't think I've made tools in this game yet, so we need a smithy for that. We can just get that on this corner over here. And we got those 2 spaces built as well, which is nice. And that's almost done. Very keen to get these guys off of that as well, because there's 2 people doing this. And they're almost done, I think. Take your time, boys. And the tannery is doing a pretty good job. Got plenty of stuff stocked up for that. And I do want this extra development point so we can start moving towards rye cultivation. So the next one will go into orchardry. Yeah, we've got to get a few more tools, actually. I haven't had that issue before. These guys are greedy buggers, honestly, I'll tell you. Right, still don't have anyone moved in. I don't know where else they're going, but I'm hoping they get moved in. Probably into these level 3 plots, actually, which is good because that's, you know, more money, more taxes for us. And they're already kind of happy areas. Looking for a planting spot, okay. So I think we'll get these ones upgraded as well. And that region is going to see some nice growth. This fisherman's hut is actually really, like, this is really good. It's growing still. We've got lots of people fishing there. Food supplies here are looking pretty healthy, I have to say. I think I'll get someone on this saw pit just for the time being. And how is our somewhat ignored region down here? They're doing absolutely great. They've got loads of people moved in now. We've got a good amount of planks. And our church is finally built. Let's have a little look. See if we can go visit the church here. Oh, I think that looks so good. Look at those cliffs in the background. That looks so good. I would like to be able to do a little bit more like decoration and just sort of cosmetic stuff that doesn't actually make a difference to the game. I think that would be quite cool. But really good that that's built. That ticks that box, and we can start getting some of these. Whoops. Start getting some of these guys upgraded. There we go. Got there eventually. And we've got just enough planks to do 2 to get that first development point. So I think let's go for that. And I think I will get some people back on the food as well. And now that berries are back in season, I think we should do that for these guys too. Not that we have a whole bunch of people to assign to that. And we've got this built now as well. Oh, okay, so we are now, unfortunately, we are now suffering from royal tax, which I'm sure nobody loves. But let's just do a 10 limit here. And what do they actually need for tools? I don't know if they're iron slabs or if they're just iron ore. I need some on that as well. Come on, guys. Okay, that's done now. That's lovely. Get that fully refunded. And we do have some supplies out there. That's just what we've been refunded. Fuel is looking really good, so we can take someone off of that. Get someone on the clay furnace. Storage is looking perfectly fine. Yeah, I'm really not sure if they... I guess we'll see. I mean, we're going to have to build one anyway. So let's get a bloomery on the go as well. Have these right next to each other. Food is looking decent. I do want to keep plenty of people on this mining pit. Do need to be conscious though, if you do exhaust these things like that, it is going to take up a lot of space in your storehouse and things like that. But when you upgrade it to a large one, 2,500 will last you such a long time. It's such a huge benefit. We do still have a good amount of living space available for these guys here as well. But let's try and see if we can upgrade this church to help the happiness of these level 2s. I don't know why these guys are not getting fuel. We've got leather, we've got shoes. Both of those will be incoming pretty soon. 2 people is definitely enough on that for the time being. We've got quite a bit ahead of getting this bloomery in place as well. And we've got so many oxen now, which is great. And I think I'll go for another vegetable garden out here. Now that we had a little bit of cash there. And the one thing we don't have yet is a manor out here. So I think that after we've upgraded this church, the next thing really is going to be getting a manor out there. Lots of room for people to still move in there. And over here... Ooh, Schachspitz has leveled up. They have got their first development point over here. And still lots of room for people to move in as well. And this is where we're going to have our deep mining. So I'm actually going to put off... Oh, we've already got charcoal burning, which I'm not actually making the most of because we didn't have just the sheer number of people here. But now we've started having people moving in. We could start turning that into charcoal, which would be really beneficial. Again, something that we could trade between regions. I think let's go for deep mining because we are going to use it at some point. I think we can have someone passively on that. We will need to upgrade this storehouse. I'll put a plank limit to 100 though. And I think maybe a second person on this logging camp would be really useful. And let's upgrade that because I also want another oxen now that we've got the cash for it. And everything else is looking pretty fine for this region. Just need to get these things distributed, really. And we will need a little cobbler. So let's see if we can upgrade one of these. Which one has someone living in it? None of them yet. But let's just get some, at least one upgraded with some extra living space. And I'm going to put someone on the... Oh, actually, we need someone for construction still. Yeah, I think that's okay for now. We don't really need someone on the stone. But, yeah, actually, I think that's okay. Just leave them there. But this region is doing very well. They're very happy. Hopefully, lots of people moving in quickly into this region. And they all seem quite happy with how things are going. We can upgrade the church as well. Okay, so they do need iron slabs. That's good to know. I didn't know that. And this is the house I want to upgrade, actually. I don't know whether to hold off. We do need one more for the next development point, which would be orchardry. Not in a huge rush for that, but we just want more people moving in, really. I want to fill these houses that we currently have first, because then we can get our cobbler in there to meet this second requirement. And I think we're not really doing a whole lot at the moment, so let's go for upgrading this church. And I think barley really is going to be the first thing that we get. And fortunately for us, it's very nicely, very ripe over here. So I think this kind of region can be where we set up for our farm. And where was the barley? So I think maybe something maybe in the middle would be nice. But I think we'll leave our farming development until the next episode. But we're growing out very, very nicely. I'm pretty happy with this so far. This is a pretty good recovery given that everything was pretty much burned to a crisp a few episodes ago. And yeah, we've got some nice housing here. We're slowly upgrading things to level 2s. We're making a couple of tools just to make sure that we can upgrade to our artisans. Oh, let's definitely upgrade that. So that will be our cobbler. And yeah, I'm pretty happy so far. We've exhausted these. We're going to get farming in the next episode. This region desperately needs some ale in trade. So hopefully we can trade ale for fish or something similar. And we need some people moving in to these houses as well so we can get a lot more orchards on the go. So I have been upgrading these, and I think families have been moving in there. But we've got lots of families available to work here, actually. So it's such a shame that the farming side over here is just honestly kind of terrible. We might actually be able to do a small farm or something over here. I might do that just in the short term, just to get some bread and a bit of food variety. But next episode is going to be a full-on farming episode, so don't miss that one. Subscribe if you're liking this series, but no pressure. There's going to be a lot more Manor Lords videos coming out across this map, the other new map, High Peaks, and I think really January is going to be focusing on more Manor Lords guides as well, because there's a lot of guides to be updated too. So thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.